Heroes and Legends Reborn. The Fall of the Synagen Empire. Back at the Synagen Galaxy, Uyui and the Scholastica had successfully united to form a space. Now he was at his home planet of Ewa, where he was in his garden, thinking about this next move and the invasion of Utopia to bring down the end of Siegfried Synagen and his empire. Ui thought to himself, Siegfried Synagen, this empire is a farce. A man whose ambitions and aspirations are forged from the darkness of the floors, the darkness in which my sister and her grandfather fought so hard to suppress. Siegfried Synagen claims that he's fight for righteousness, that he is heaven's gift to the universe. But I've seen him. I know him. He is nothing more than a brute, a one hunger for power, and willing to do anything for it. I and all those who have joined me, we refuse to let this continue. Siegfried Synagen, I vow, your reign of terror ends here. At that moment, Rin and Mona walked by, clothed in armor, ready for Ui's instructions and commands to advance the Armada straight to Utopia. During this attack, the Builderon, led by President Pipple, had jammed the communications of the Empire throughout the universe using their advanced technologies. With this, the broadcasters cannot broadcast to the Empire or the troops that the invasion was coming. First, when the invasion started, it would take a while for Siegfried's armies across the universe to reach. As the two women walked to Yui, Rain, at this point, felt awe-inspired by her older brother. She wanted him to take over the universe, seeing that destroying Siegfried Synagen would mean the universe was once again up for grabs. She saw Uyui and his accomplishments, and how fast he reunited so much in Galaxy. She told him, it took our Lord so much, years, decades even, to unite the galaxies together into this space. But you did it. You did it in 3. Surely, Samaritan saw greatness in you when he made you his number 2. My lord, you should take the empire. It is only fitting that the universe is led by someone as wise and courageous as you. Then Uyui stopped her at her tracks and said, no, I cannot. Then the rumors that spread about me will be true. The people in the universe will think, yes, indeed, I killed Samaritan, and I killed Siegfried Synagen. It came to the universe for my own. Now will not be the right opportune moment for that. Even if I defeat Siegfried Synagen, his lies will stick. I must wait until opportune moment. But besides that, I do not wish empire. I fight for truth and justice for Samaritan. And they declare, what happens next will be up to the universe. I expect it won't be long for chaos to abound. But if we let this go unchecked, then all our hard work, all those that died to get us this far, will be all for naught. Rin looked her head down. Mona also looked away in embarrassment from Rin as the week continued. Rin, I see your intentions. Very good. But one day, the clan will need a leader. Although you are smart, you do not yet see the bigger picture beyond what's in front of you. To be a true leader, one must look what's in front of them, behind them, and beyond them. Must see all circumstances and go forward. Until that happens, I will continue to lead and show the burden of leadership. Mona, give command to the armies. We're preparing to move soon. And then Mona said yes. As Uyui left to go back in the castle to prepare for war, she went to comfort him, who was greatly distraught. She wanted to see her older brother rule and the Yui clan rise to dominance. As so much was gone, as Scholastica was the next in line. However, Yui did not want the universe. All he wanted was justice. His loyalties to so much was too great, and he also harbored guilt and great sorrow that his truly biological sister, Diana's false legacy, lies in Utopia, and now he was about to go and destroy it. He felt pain and also a sense of duty. He was contemplated on all sides, but Oyui had to do what was done. Outside of Scholastica, the Guardians, led by Jiukai and Jerome and Francis, were ready for war. They joined the Scholastica to avenge the sea merchants. Jiukai had felt disgusted, ashamed, and embarrassed that he fell for the Bahara plan and trickery, and to believing that they were loyal sea merchants, but in fact collaborators of the empire that slain his lord. Jiukai vowed that he would be the one to slay Siegfried Synagen and avenge his lord, to gain glory as the most loyal of sea merchants. His rivalry with Uyui did not cease because they surrendered, but it will continue on, as Jiukai vowed to be the successor of some of the Sumatran name, no matter what. As for the magazine and the brochure, both Perth and Anne Alexis vowed that they were going to be ready for war against Siegfried Synagen. Alexis was ready. All of Bashar is united, said Perth, and Magazine has pledged their loyalty. Our allies Nejidai have also pledged their loyalties as well, to you, my lady. Anne Alexis, unlike Yui, wanted to rule the universe, as she saw that Siegfried Synagen robbed her of the opportunity after they officially won, beating the Batelacon back then, before Siegfried Synagen turned the dimensions into a prison and locking them inside. Now was her time. In Siegfried's destruction, the Bashar Empire would rise, and the universe would be theirs at long last. Determined, she was training very hard. All of her forces did extra training during the time that they were silent during the unification battles. Now was the time for vengeance. Susie Ebian was having none of it. Her and Duke decided to stay out of this war. They sent Rom and Warren and the Tectoran Megabot that they purchased and was made by the financing of the Philinians to assist. Susie hated Uyui, as she believed that Tectoran's rule was now, but it was utterly defeated, and the allies were proven worthless. So they got autonomy just like the Bashar. And so in order to be thankful of Uyui, she decided to send them, Rom and Warren, unlike their two masters, were optimistic and more calm and realized the seriousness of the time. They were loyal to so much in a sense, but they were more loyal to Duke. However, they championed Uyui's cause for vengeance, and he raced to Siegfried Synagen to end him. As all the powers united, the Builderon, led by the people, were doing their part. The time was now, as Uyui and their mother advanced the entire force to the galaxy in which, to the Androsigan galaxy, and to the capital planet of Utopia, the Bankron and the Bahak, the Guardians, the Americas, and all their allies realized that this was trouble. So all of them, the knights, the dukes, the duchesses, and the sirs and ladies, rushed to Utopia. During their rush, the UB clan, led by Mark UB and Orient, had arrived to Utopia first. His mission was to block off the city, allowing the people of Utopia to escape the war, and head to the secret barracks, where the control center and the defenses for the whole planet was, which guarded the largest castle courtyard in the whole universe, known as Utopia Castle. Where the fate of the universe would be decided. The courtyard, the secret base Mark UB helped to create during his time in the Androsian Empire. There were androids with David Law built. Central command was there, he said, as him and Orient raced to find it and destroy it. Once that is destroyed, the androids will be deactivated. Well, the vast majority of them who have not found an independent signal to work on, they'll be deactivated or destroyed. The defenses of the planet will be gone, and thus the Immortal could be able to invade this planet. Marcury was very stunned and surprised that much has not changed, other than a few decorations and symbols of Synagen. He was quite surprised that much of Utopia was largely the same. Their sick fantasies over the flaws. It's quite amusing, UB said. But Mark knew that on this day, on this battle, he will have to die in order to defeat Carnot and fulfill his late lord's wish and take in his head. All the floor, their allies, their ambitions, and those that succeed them had to fall. The end of an age had come. Mark UB was determined and willing to die. He did not tell his beloved Orient, who, just before this, had gotten married. She was pregnant with his child, but she did not know. Mark UB knew that Orient will have to be the future of their clan and of their race and of their world. For the UB were a powerful scholastical clan, and they needed to continue to support the Yui clan and future for the chaos that would be after this war. So the plan was hatched. As Orient and Mark UB raced down to the command center and post, they faced Sir Hugh, who was responsible for his defenses. Hugh was stunned that Mark UB had returned to their world and asked if come to surrender. Mark UB said, "No, I am bringing the full armor of so much into you. Prepare yourself." Sir Huey, not knowing that so much had been united, like most of Utopia, was stunned. What? All of so much in galaxies have been reunited? No. So the bar have failed? Then Mark UB was indeed confronted and confirmed that Baha was indeed working for Synagen. The Baha had sent General Yu with the Ui army of vengeance to reinstate their support for the Synagen cause, since Maurice was now captured and defeated and locked up in prison until Synagen's empire had crumbled, in order to stay united, the whole universe be stay united. And so Hugh tried his best. So Hugh tried his best to defend against the UB of Mark and Orient. Sir Hugh was slain. He failed to assassinate them. With this, most of the robotic army, the UB clan, fought. With this, the defenses were down, and many of the androids across the planet were now deactivated. The General of the universe, Ricardo Guardian, had been tipped off about the build run, and he decided to send some troops there. But his main force, his knight Sume Paul and the Deputy Grand General, or the Cal Guardian, raced to plan Utopia. The Bilderberg forces. Bilderberg forces, led by Plas Yellow alive, Strata alive, and Calbon Rex. And Batalaka, and Sim, and Lloyd E, and Aqua, and Heli Yassine, and Enrifa E. Dean, and Juice I.E. and Durham, all raced to plan Utopia, and he fought off against the insurance forces. And Carter alive was also there, supporting him. They raced against the Guardians, and this time the allies of the Empire, the Rule Advantage Insurance, also raced along with the Guardian. Star A, Dr. Abu, and Tim raced to fight. Tim and Dan, who was now Duke Dan, the last of the former outcasts, were fighting against the Bilderberg and the UB clan, who had arrived first. The Knight Ophira was also in the front lines at this time, as more and more of the Empire forces realized that this was an invasion. Ophira now faced the Bilderberg women leaders, Batalaka, Aquila of the Wharton, Aquila and Heli Yassine. Now the battle for vengeance had begun. The leader of the Waterments, Aquila. And so Aquila, Batalakana, and Heli Yassine fought against Ophira. They wanted to avenge their past. 1. The Batalakans were cheated, along with the Bashar, against Ophira and them, as the prison dimension was turned into a prison. 2. During the One World planet, the Batalakan, the Bankaran, and the Insurance met their demise, especially the Bilderberg, as Synagen was spun by a cable and destroyed the Bilderberg one by one and piece by piece. The three females wanted to prove themselves and wanted to make a name for themselves, being leaders of these very important and ancient powers in the Bilderberg. So they faced Ophira. Seeing that how Ophira lost tremendously to Beck Lagoon during tournaments, they used Aquila's abilities of water and Heli Yassine's abilities of electricity, and Batalakans fought sound waves abilities and forced to push back against Ophira's strong, mighty force. She used her black baton and was slain all bunch of their troops by other delays of the plan. Aquila forced to her ice, and then the sound barrier Batalakana broke the ice into water, which damaged her. And then Heli Yassine used her abilities of lightning and started electrocuting the water where the fire was. And Enrifa D. Yassine also helped her to double the lightning. And then Batalakana was also pushing her force, the sound waves as well. And Aquila was putting more and more water in. With this, Ophira was electrocuted to death, as most of her insides were fried, crispy like chicken. With this, the most powerful woman in the world, not even the world, the most powerful woman in that world, and the entire universe was now defeated by the three top leaders of the Bilderberg. Even Star 8, who was the second most powerful woman in the world, the new most powerful woman in the world. Seeing this, and by this time, Gaba had turned. Gaba and all the rest of the allies and generals and knights of the Synagen Empire were outside. As for Emperor Synagen, he was in the throne room of his castle, questioning the heavens and looking forward at the heavens, questioning God. Heavens, my God, why is this happening? How could this be? All these enemies, all the things I've done, the evil I have given up. Why? Why is this happening? He got no answer as he continued to beg and plead and use up his strength, to build up his strength to eventually go to the front lines. Gaba was fighting bravely along with our allies. And then Ananaxis and the Bashar arrived, and Ananaxis vowed that this time she will slay Gaba, seeing that she had no androids to help her. And so the two of them fought. Gaba fought to defend her beloved and defend their empire, which was now crumbling before them. After their tremendous clash, as Gaba tried to string up Alexis, but Alexis' hard training had made her stronger than the metal strings of Gaba. She broke out of him freely and started fighting her with her chain-breaking weapons with great force and accuracy, as the days of old during Analexis' strength. As when she first became the leader of the Bashar, she used her might to overcome Gaba. Gaba's strings and her knife and needle were broken. She was vulnerable. Bless me. And with a final blow, Gaba was slain. Analexis had done it. Now was the time. She ran the troops forward to advance to defeat more of the Synagen forces. At this time, the Viceroy of the Synagen Empire, led by Prophet Elam, Sir Pen, Sir Rodri Bob, and Duke Dick Fans had arrived. Prophet Elam saw a prophecy, but it is Synagen Empire would it fall. Great disasters, chaos, and war like never before would appear. This was the start. These enemies, their thirst for vengeance, will only spark war. Nothing good ever came from vengeance. During this outburst, the main unit, the Scholastical units, and the Chaldean units, and the composition, the Tectern, and the Chaldean units had arrived. The full force was here, and the full force of Siegfried's empire was there. The final battle had begun. At this time, reinforcements from the dimensions led by Tres Rose, Mary Neville, Universal Abba, Naso, and Proteini Delhi, and what? Oh yeah, and G Del, or BG Del, BG Del, had arrived. Their forces were fighting against the Scholastian forces, and all they can. G. Lucain vowed that he would be the one to slay Siegfried Synagen, and so he began to advance his forces forward to the front lines, trying to cut down as much forces as he possibly could. It was during this time that Lord Karnar Rota, Lord Sporkon, and Lady Trezor Rota, the Federation of Flower Forces had arrived. UB clan charged at them from out of the base. This is Mark UB's chance to finally slay Karnar Rota once and for all. Karnar Rota, as he was fighting and slaying the enemies that were before him, saw that he was coming and stopped and told Sporkon and his niece Treasure to hold off the enemy. Mark UB said, "This is where you die, Karnar. For the glory of my late lord and lady, I will take your head." He used his full mech of his androids and found some androids that was left behind in Utopia to fight against Karnar. He used his sword and his spear abilities to trap Mark UB in his spear and start squeezing the spear small to crush him. But Mark UB's determination and his extra boost to his android bots was too much, and it broke free from the spear. Karnar and Mark began to do with his flying androids beating back the sword attacks of Garnod. While that was going on, the Grand General, Ricardo Yellow, confronted Uyui and cursed Uyui, the slayer of his empress, Diana LaFleur, and now is going to slay his emperor, Siegfried Synagen. He accused Uyui of being an author of chaos. Uyui said, Ricardo Guardian, you are a fool. Have you not forgotten the days of the Paul Hera? It was me, my sister, and Delator who have defeated him. You stayed back. She saw your weakness and arrogance. I, Bahara, and Mark Yubi had to destroy the evil that Paul Hera put in her. You, being an elder, were too weak to remove the evil that was put in her. You are the weak one. You are the reason why she is dead, and you are the reason that this is happening. I am only doing what is right for the Lord I serve. And if it was you in my position, if someone had slain her despicably as your Lord now did mine, you would be in my shoes. You are not only a fool, Ricardo Guardian, but you're the biggest ass in the universe. Ricardo Guardian then summoned his shield and sword. He was determined to kill Uyui. I will slay you myself. Uyui used his extended hands and his fine abilities against the sword and shield of Ricardo Guardian. The battle was a mess. Forces, Bilderon, Chaldean, the Bashar, the Tacturan led by Ron and Ram were there fighting hard, and their big giant mech was doing heavy damage to the Siegfried Synagen forces. It was all a mess. But during the time, Ricardo Yellow had appeared to the front gate of the castle, which was heavily guarded by extra shields. He is beating the elite guards as his lord, the Prince of Darkness, snuck inside the castle and was defeating the guards there, making it to Siegfried Synagen's front door, to his chambers. He was determined to be the one to slay him, to defeat the last of the pretenders that claimed the title of end times, and use that fame and glory to reestablish him as the biggest threat to the universe and not Siegfried Synagen. But during the battles, everyone was fighting bravely, and the Starbuck was fighting and slaying troops. It was up to Jilu Kayan to make a name for himself. I will slay him, he said. Francis, Jerome, cover me. And the Guardian forces focused their attack against the androids of Starbuck. Knight Starbuck was fighting to avenge O'Farah and Gaba, who had been slain. He had failed to protect them, and now he was out for blood. Jirkan loses his abilities of the Guardian and his blades. Quick, fast action to deflect the bullets of Starbuck, and then was able to slice in half his spear gun, and then they fought in hand-to-hand combat. But in the end, Jirkan got the better of Starbuck, and Starbuck was slain. He couldn't believe it. Oh, how could he be defeated by one Jirkan? No. As he raised his hands up, as he was going down, pointing at Utopian Castle, he said, Lord Siegfried, please be safe. And Starbuck had died for good this time. Jirkan laughed and said, Starbuck, you fool, you have fallen to the greatest and most loyal officer of Synagen, Jirkan, the lord and leader of the Chaldeans. And the Chaldean troops raised their voices in victory as Jirkan has scored a win, slaying one of Siegfried Synagen's most closest and oldest allies. Even General Yu of the Bahara was fighting bravely as he was fighting and slaying the troops, and he managed to beat back both Nassau and the Del clans of the dimensions. Treasure, Rose, Malin, Neville, and UB Universal Arbor were finding the Bashor forces. Perth was defeating Universal, and Easy Top Deal was defeating Malin. Um, DNA was defeating Chaz Rosa. Dimensions were being chased back by the Bashor forces, Bashor magazine, and the Bahara forces. And Star 8, Dr. Alvo and Tim forces were now being depleted by the Tecton forces and the android. Seeing that all was beginning to be lost, she decided to preserve the future. So she had no choice but to call her forces to retreat. As they were retreating, Tim reached out for Dan, who is now Duke Dan, and said, Dan, come with me. Dan said, no, this is the finest power level. I've reached the highest I ever go. If I'm to die here, then I will die here. I still have a few kicks left. Tim, for the sake and remembrance of our force, you must escape. You must help the Roashun go stronger to avenge what is happening today. And so as they left in their ship, Tim fought hard but was defeated by blast of fire by Janice IE out the build run. The Deputy Grand General, the Knight, Art Carl Guardian, was defeated by Folks and Zonical, seeing that they were Chaldeans, they were the Chaldeans, and the Guardian, ensuring Chaldean, was defeated by the Chaldeans. So they, the Chaldeans, proved themselves as the dominant and the strongest of the Chaldean. And seeing that she was now surrounded by the enemy, Knight Sumiball went to rendezvous with Carl Guardian, but the magnificent fight between Carl Guardian and Oyui was over. Oyui used his powers and abilities, blessed and by him by his mother, and his special move tribute to his sister to defeat the defenses of Ricardo Guardian. The last of the elders of the Guardians was now defeated. He cursed his own ignorance. Oh, my Lord of Law, my Emperor Siegfried. Thank you, my dearest friend. I failed you all. Oh. Seeing that all our allies were defeated, she too, like the road advantage ensured, retreated, seeing that now the Siegfried Empire was basically finished. During the climax of their amazing fight, Karnara Rota and Mark Yubi were fighting. Mark Yubi used up all of his androids to blow up an explosion around Karnara Rota as he tried to block it with his sword, but he was weakened. And at this time, Mark Yubi took a piece of the androids that was left and raced and threw it, cutting off the head of Karnaro and slaying him. However, the damage was already done. By finding Suryu, the androids, and Karnaro Rota, Mark Yubi was greatly injured, and he fell down to the floor, about to succumb to his injuries. Orient, his wife, rushed to his side and called for medic, we need a medic. Yubi Clan was trying to get him out of there. As Spore and Treasure Rota saw that their lord and uncle was now dead, they raced to avenge him. But Spore saw that the damage was already done. Let's see. The composition by Reno Green had come. Reno Green and Bank Position worked together to defeat the last of the Federation of Flower. Both Treasure and Calm Spore were defeated by them, and thus the last essence of the Flower former troops were no more. Seeing this, the allies began to race. Green and Alexis, G. Lucayan, and Ui Yui raced to the front castle to be the one to slay Siegfried Synagen as their remaining forces, and the remaining forces of the Synagen Empire were still fighting amongst the battlefield. It was at this time that the Prince of Darkness confronted Siegfried Synagen. Siegfried Synagen had his arms extended across to him, looking up to the heavens, praying to the heavens for wind. And then he decided now was the time for his sword. He crossed his sword to prepare his hand, was about to take the battlefield to finish it off himself. And then he turned around and said, "The Prince of Darkness, I thought you vanished therein." The Prince of Darkness was like, no. My dearest old friend, Siegfried Synagen, you made the terrible mistake in assuming that I was dead, like most of the universe. Siegfried Synagen said, "This is not the time. Why are you here? I am here to slay the Emperor of the universe. What better way to announce my resurrection?" Siegfried Synagen was like, "No, I serve heaven now. I thought you would be even because I give you all my dark power." He said, "No, you are a fool to think that. I am the one, the successor of evil, not you. You stole the universe, made the dimensions a prison, and you stole my position. And you think giving me your powers to make me stronger could possibly make us even. I will destroy you." He then extended his arms and dark flames began to come up. And Siegfried Synagen took his sword and swung it like this and said, "No, I will destroy you and end the chaos and end darkness once and for all and bring eternal light to the universe. Whereas I and not you had slain Samarita and end the Synagen Empire and legacy, something you had eons to try and failed miserably." And he also said, "What makes you think, therefore, that you could destroy me?" The Prince of Darkness said, "Synagen, you have an empire now, regal clothes, and a very impressive sword, and you think you could talk to me like that? Though you may accomplish things that I haven't, but I am the new and improved Prince of Darkness, and you will soon see the true might in which I possess." So the two started to duke it out, and Siegfried Synagen used his powerful abilities against the Prince of Darkness, was using his quick abilities as well, turned his darkness into a blade to meet and to match Siegfried Synagen, hit for hit, dodge for dodge, power for power, as they fought. The Allied forces, Uyui, Geokai, Analaxis, and me had stumbled to the front gate. At this time, Debbie and her host of the Carmel had also made it to the base of the castle gates, and they noticed something. They said, her host said, "My lord, it can't be," as they saw he was surrounded by dead or dying Empire forces. Recall Guardian greeted her host and said, "It's been a long time, her host. I see you and Debbie doing well." And using his newfound powers, he had knowledge to look inside to see the health condition of Debbie as she was getting old, and this battle was giving her great fatigue, and that death was approaching for her. Rogelio said, "My dearest Debbie, I'm sorry I will not be there to give you eulogy. You'll be greatly missed when you go to the great beyond." Debbie was stunned. She had not told anyone, but she was sick. How did Ricardo Yellow know about this? And then Reen said, "Ricardo Yellow, I thought you were dead or committed suicide. I guess they were all rumors." And Alexis had no time for this. "Either you stand in our way or you get out of our way. We need to kill Siegfried Synagen." And he said, "And Alexis, Geokan, both of you want vengeance. Both of you want to kill him in order to prove your might. Who are you? You are the leader of this coalition. You bind together the Builder and all the forces of so much in galaxy together.